we're back. Season 4 of the MKE Tech Podcast. First, I have to say thank you to our presenting sponsor, American Family Insurance, and Summerfest Tech for making this podcast possible. And so here we are with Kenge Adams. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm so excited to have you on. I don't know. I think we had you on the podcast once before.
Maybe, but it's probably been a while. So
yeah, likely it has been a while. But you and I, we go back now.
We go back
right?
to the beginning when I think I just started my business within actually I saw you in the lobby.
Tell them about it.
We had met, we have worked on a couple of projects prior to when I was at a different company. I don't want to say it, but I'll just say Northwestern Mutual, which was great. No shade, but I decided to leave and branch out and become an entrepreneur just kind of on a whim. I was, I don't know if it was midlife crisis or what it was, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to do me. And didn't have really, as a project manager, usually I plan on everything, and you know me like that. But I was like, you know what, I'm just going to figure it out, which is probably not the best. But I was literally in the lobby at Northwestern Mutual, with my I don't know if my bag or whatever.
You was going.
I was going. I was like, okay, bye, people. Goodbye. And you're like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm leaving. And you're like, you want to work for me? I said, yep. So we started partnering on different projects, and
divine timing.
Yes, it was. And yes, and then we've been together obviously through Steam and Dream with AmFam support and others. And so now I get to be part of your Wisconsin Tech Month, and I'm super excited.
Yes. It's such an interesting story. So I love to hear you share because it was a pivotal moment for you. You know, you were literally leaving, out the door. That was your last day, right?
I think so.
It was something like that. And just connecting with you, I felt very much like divine timing. And one thing about me, since my entrepreneurship journey, I love to be people's first hires or oh, you're starting a company? Let me be the first customer. And so I was, I don't know if I was your first customer, but I like to think that I was. I tell people.
You were literally my first client. And
I believed in you.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you. And you didn't, we had worked together, we worked on a couple of projects when I was at NM, when I was in data science, and you started the program at UWM, which was amazing. And I think they still do it today. But then I was like, yeah, let's partner. Let's see what it was. And then you and me and then Joanne, we started Steam and Dream during COVID, and we've grown ever since.
Yes, it's been wonderful working with you over the years, helping to bring about STEM education to Milwaukee's tech ecosystem. But we've also been able to scale with different summits across the states, and just really reach a young demographic and helping them to understand the importance of STEM. And so I see you as someone who, yes, you're in project management, but because you are, been brought into the fold of Milky Way Tech Hub, I see you as a woman in tech. You know,
thank you. Yes, I've. It's funny because I've spoken at women in tech events, and I realize project management is tech. Like, you're in that space. I used to do application development, so I used to develop. We develop systems for other banks, and I had worked with teams onshore, offshore, so all of that. But I still, I don't know if it was imposter syndrome or what it was, because I wasn't classically trained as a technician. I came up through the business route. So I was kind of like, oh, am I a tech person? But since I branched off, I've started teaching third grade coding. I taught video game design.
Look at that.
And just been able to use a lot of these principles. Now I'm dabbling with AI and different things and different technologies that I didn't even know or even have dreamed that I would be working with.
And what I love about your journey is that it didn't start, like the first half of your career.
Yes,
right. It started more towards, I won't say the end, but definitely in your, a next act, right? Which, I think some people think once I've, started a pathway or career path, why would I, stop and go in a different direction? And I think that it could be said, and you let me know that moving into the field of technology has opened up a lot of different doors.
It really has. I feel like I wasn't living my true self until I stepped out and started doing my own path. And I had a chance to breathe and realize, what do I enjoy doing? And it's funny because I still have all those skills and that I've gained as a project manager from like relationship building, organization, running a program from start to end. But it was like, I liked the relationship part. I liked team building. So I know that as a project manager, you kind of bring everybody together, and not every specialty is your specialty. So even when I'm doing my projects or my programs, I'm like, okay, I know I need a strong person in AI and tech. So, okay, let me call Nadiyah. I know I need someone who does X. Let me call that. So I just love assembling a team kind of, and then letting people do what they do. And that's really, I've been able to transfer those skills as a project manager just into my own small business, where I find experts in those fields, get their opinion, get their thoughts. Let's come together and let's let them do what they do.
Yeah. The thing is, I think the most successful folks in the field of technology have self-awareness, understand what they bring to the table, but also understand, where their gaps are, and then are able to put the puzzle pieces together, find the people with the brilliance that they might be lacking, right? To bring something to life. And I think that you have that unique quality for sure, especially as, we lead into Wisconsin Tech Month, and you are putting together this incredible event. So why don't you go ahead and share about that?
Sure. So as part of my journey, I've worked with a lot of community partners, and that's really what I love to do is give back, build programs and work in the community. And I was gifted from a community partner these beautiful works of African art from West Africa.
Which is incredible,
and
by the way.
They're beautiful pieces. They're museum quality. It's beautiful collection. And just like you're saying, like I'm not a curator, classic, trained curator. So I'm partnering with curators from university, from UWM, who that's what they do, so to help me with research and curation. And then part of it, the tech piece, because I do kind of consider myself in that STEM tech space now, is how do I kind of bridge the gap between this beautiful historical art that I have that's been created and even now. And so the Tech Week part that I'm really working with in partnership with yourself and Direct Supply is how do I bring AI into this space, which I want to be also very careful about and thoughtful about too. But it's like, how do I create basically art using an existing African artifact and creating something new with the idea of, erasure, and how a lot of our history was erased, and how can we fill those gaps with AI? Or how can we symbolize the vision of erasure with AI or tech? So I have a couple prompts that people can kind of play with to see what will be generated from that, as well as the actual artifact and video from an actual ceremony, one to see how it was used. So I'm really trying to bridge the gap between our past and our future in a way that's interesting, educational, and, and in some ways it could be controversial or thought-provoking. Like, like how do we come as African Americans or Black people with our identity in this space? So that's something that I'm really looking into.
Oh, yes, I love it. One of the things I love most about your event that's being hosted during Wisconsin Tech Month is that you are combining your current love and passion and leveraging artificial intelligence to bring more people into the space and educate people. I like to say that it's okay to have generative conversations leveraging generative AI. And we somehow have gotten away from more generative conversations, whether it be controversial conversations or hot topics that people like to sort of stay away from. I think it's important to have these conversations and to leverage this kind of technology to do so. I think is really unique, and I'm really excited. I, as an artist, cannot wait for your event. So tell everyone when it is and where.
It'll be October 17th, and it'll be at the Uplifting Mansion on Wisconsin Avenue. So we're partnering again. I'm always about partnerships. So Deanna Singh has this beautiful mansion that she restored on Wisconsin Avenue. So we're going to have African art displayed and curated throughout the house, as well as a special experience room where you get to experience the AI and get to have there'll be volunteers to help you with the prompts. And then you'll be able to see the renderings real time.
Absolutely amazing. And one of the events that I intend on amplifying throughout Wisconsin Tech Month. So thank you so much, Kenge, for joining us today.
All right. Thank you for having me. It was good. It was fun. Thank you.